Seems appropriate for this car, though.
Yeah. Everyone that I know that owns them has them insured for at least $25, and I'm only asking $16,500 for it, and everyone's trying to beat me up.
Do the gauges work?
Everything but the clock works.
The radio or the...
I think the radio might have an issue. He always used like a Bluetooth stereo system to all of his soundtracks, and so he never used the factory radio. And I was told it had bumper wings on it when he bought it. They got stolen off of it in a parking lot, and so that's why we spent literally $5,000 on chrome reproduction ones, getting them from France.
That's crazy.
So he was that particular about this car. It always bugged him that there was a factory option that it no longer had. Because like he had someone offer him a bunch of money for just that mirror, and he wouldn't sell it.
I don't blame him.
Because he was like, oh, if it's on the Maroni, I want it to be on the car. So he was very particular about Christine.
I've never been out this way before.
Yeah, I walk my dog out here sometimes. There's a lot of little houses. But yeah, she drives really well. She'll go over 100, no problems. I've been in her before when he did it. Yeah, she pretty much for the most part only came out at night. Which probably doesn't upset you if you're a fan of the books.
Right?
Eventually going to have it resent in. Oh, and the only other thing, the dimmer, there's a dimmer switch where when you turn the lights on, the brights will automatically be on, and that had burned out again. It seems like that's a part that burns out every couple of years, and you got to send them in to get them rebuilt. And so you'd ordered the part, but it didn't get here, so the dimmer switch needs to be replaced on it again. But that's kind of one of those things, just bugaboos on this car, that it will burn out every few years, and it's just something you gotta kind of stay on top of and do.
That's odd.
But I believe that I know he put an electric fan on her, because she does tend to have some issues when it gets like over 100. So there is an electric fan on her, and I believe that he switched her over to electric ignition from the point system that was originally on her. But those are the only two things that he'd ever talked about that I can think of that he had done to her to modernize her. He had debated on redoing the brakes and taking her to disc brakes at some point, because he liked to keep his cars pretty original, but he also liked some modernization to them. But I believe the only two things he'd ever done were the electronic ignition and the electric fan, which just make her a little easier to drive. dad actually got chewed out a couple times for moving her. So he actually hasn't even driven her since Josh passed away. Since Josh has had her, it's literally been him for the most part, or me, or the